Gua Sha for your hands. It's a really good idea to gua sha your hands, not only because it's good for your hands, it will increase the circulation and energy flow in your hands and will improve the youthful appearance of your hands. But it's also, according to the cosmology of Chinese medicine, the hands are the end of a lot of the energy channels, as well as in the reflexology systems, there's a lot of pressure points in the hands that are related to the rest of the body. So let's go ahead and get started. So before you start gua shaing your hands, go ahead and just rub your hands together and start increasing the energy flow or the circulation to your hands by simply rubbing them together and then washing your hands, like energy wash, in between your fingers and the back of the hand, and just getting a really nice warm flow and circulation throughout your hands. You also want to wash your wrists, as I said, the back of the hands in between the fingers. Good. And let's go ahead and interlock or interlace the fingers and then clasp your hands together and then start releasing one wrist at a time forward. So you are opening the wrist joint, which will increase more circulation and mobility into your hands. And go ahead and reverse it. So the same idea, make sure your shoulders are relaxed when you're doing those wrist circles. You don't have to lift your wrist very high, they can be a little bit lower according to what's comfortable for you. And now let's go ahead and press the fingers down, so we're stretching the palms. And now reach one hand down and the other, or one wrist down and one wrist up, so you're flexing your upper wrist and extending your lower wrist, and go ahead and reverse that. Beautiful. And now interlace very tightly and then pull with a little bit of resistance, and then pull slowly, squeezing the fingers apart. Okay, and shake your hands a little bit. Beautiful. Now let's take our Gua Sha tool. Any tool that you have can be used. It's really nice if it has a U shape, so even those little gemstone heart Gua Shas will do, or any kind of Gua Sha tool that have the U shape is probably the best shape for your hands. But as I said, any shape you have, it's really about the intelligence of how you use it rather than the shape itself. So I'm not going to go necessarily over the specific acupressure points or reflexology zones in the hands, but just in general, here is a lymphatic area of the lymph, which corresponded to the lymph, as well as the base of the fingers. So I like to start by activating this area right here at the base of the palm, below the base of the palm. And then go on the base of the palm, and then keep going up all the way to the base of your fingers. And you can suddenly put your hand over a surface like that and do the same like that. Yeah. And then I'm using the ripples, but you could just as well use the U shape or the flat area of your Gua Sha tool. And then go ahead and start moving from the bottom to the top, and make sure that you dig one of the points into the center of the palm. And as soon as you do that, you will feel a lot of heat, and that means that you have released some it's a point that increases the overall vitality and energy flow in the body. So it's really nice to activate the center of the palm. And then go ahead and go on the edge, and go ahead and go all across the edge of your palm, from the bottom of your little finger to the bottom of your thumb and up your thumb. So again, you can move with your Gua Sha tool, and I actually really like to use the U shape around like that. Now you're going to go into the web and up, like you're tracing the outline of your fingers in and out, in and out, in and out and down, and then reverse it. Up and around and around and around and around, and again, and then down, and then reverse it. So you're going with your Gua Sha tool, tracing all along your hand, your finger and hand, like you're tracing it on a hand. So you're going up, around, 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 and down, and over, reverse a few times. Beautiful. Now you're going to go up the palm area of your hand, up the fingers with a U shape. And then finally, switch your hand face down. So you're going to work on the dorsal area of your palm. Now the palm of your hand, the palm of your hand has a lot of muscles tissue, and it's softer, and you can go a little bit harder. On the back of your hand, the dorsal area of your hand, there is the bone structure that is sort of in between you and the muscle structure. So there's not a lot of muscle on the surface. It's mostly a thin layer of fascia and bony area. So the reason we are Gua Shaing the back of the hand is more for microcirculation to the skin. I like to use the ripples in between the metacarpals, in between the finger lines, like that. And again, just go soft and gentle, and actually start from the wrist. And it might be more comfortable if you have your palm down, and you go on the wrist and then up in between the webs of the fingers. Now, it's really worth a while to spend some time on the web between your thumb and your index finger. This is an area where there's a lot of pressure points that help to release back pain, headaches, and many common ailments. And it's really nice to dig either the ripples or any of the points and agitate a little bit in between, right at the base of the web, and slowly going up, exploring areas that feel tender and tense. And then finally, you're going to go up the back of the fingers with that U shape or whichever edge that is workable for you. When you're done with all the fingers, front, in between, and the back, come back into the palm, and again, go ahead and sort of slide the ripples, if you have those, along the lines of your palm from the very outside of your little finger across all the way to the web and to the thumb, sliding from the wrist toward the fingers. And of course, once you're done with one hand, you're going to do the other hand the same manner. And when you're done with both hands, you can go ahead and start moving into your forearm, up your arm, and go as far as you would like, perhaps into your full body Gua Sha. Okay, have fun Gua Shaing your hands for increased circulation, for youthful appearance of your hands, and for relieving tension throughout the body.